Hi.
Hi, Leela.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm good. Better now after going through the last week with my cat that was attacked, and so that was it was really scary because I didn't know if he was going to make it. I was really hurt. So it brought up a lot of healing, a lot of stuff came up through that, and it's much better now. However, I thought maybe we could do a little talking about um projecting. And this is an area that I I've had happen, like it happens a lot, and I've had it happen to me, and sometimes I'm not even aware of it. So I thought maybe, this is a big, huge topic, but maybe we could do a little talking about it. So I thought I would just kind of give, what your thoughts are, your feelings on it. And first of all, how do you tell if someone is projecting?
If it's something that doesn't feel like love, if it doesn't feel loving, that's always a projection. If you feel any restriction in it, it's a projection. It's that simple. It's just
Hmm.
learning to be sensitive to those feelings more and more. So you're more sensitive to when somebody is trying to project something, because a lot of times the knee-jerk reaction to projection is to simply accept it as something that's wrong with us instead of uh, being sensitive to, oh, what is actually happening. They're projecting what they feel inside of them out onto you. So if it's always been like in the negative context, right? Projection as
Mhm.
something that's negative or something that they're uncomfortable with. So they're putting it on other people as if everybody is like them, because that's how we see people. We see everybody through the filter of our own energy.
So
Is
do
that
you feel it's an unconscious
it
thing
is.
that people do? Mhm.
People are unaware of it. The people projecting are usually unaware of it unless they're trying to awaken and they have spent time with themselves. And the people receiving projection are unaware of it too, because otherwise they would be sensitive and be like, wait, this is an energy, I'm feeling it. Instead of just thinking, oh, there's something wrong with me, they'd be like able to look at it with equanimity, with innocence, not knowing
Mhm.
what it is because it's not something that they identify with.
Mhm. So maybe it just is like it's a coping mechanism if they feel, you know, threatened or something, and then they put it on to the other person.
Always,
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And it can be quite hurtful. Um,
if we identify with it only, yeah.
hmm. So why do you think people do it though?
To uh, bring people into their world. I mean, if everybody feels like them, then it's normal, right? But if they're the only ones feeling that way, then they're going to have to make some changes because people aren't going to pay attention to them. In other words, if somebody is feeling something negative, they want company. Like you said, misery wants company.
Mhm. Mhm.
So or they just assume everybody else feels that way. So they assume that somebody else's actions are because of this negative thing that they feel within themselves. So they attach their feelings to that action and think that everybody's responding the same way that they feel. So they're
Mhm.
attaching everybody else's feeling or everybody else's life to their own feelings. And so they project upon them. And if the person gets hurt, it's because they're only identifying with what is being projected on them. And that is hurt. If they don't understand it and they don't identify with it, then somebody can project upon them and then be inquisitive about it and not understand it, but they wouldn't be hurt by it. So people get hurt because they attach feelings that are not a higher vibration, heavy feelings, shame, whatever. They attach those to events. And so that event means I'm hurt. That means that I should feel shame. If I do this, I should feel shame. If I do that, I should feel guilt. If I do this, I should feel condemnation and somehow or self-judgment, you know. And so we just learn to attach, and if I feel this way, well, everybody else must feel this way. So I'll just project my feelings out because, that's just the way it is.
Mhm.
So it's really becoming sensitive, which means being awake to those more sensitive to those feelings and being aware of like, oh, this person's got this feeling towards me
Mhm.
and it's not how I feel. I don't feel that way. So instead of trying
Mhm.
to figure
Mhm.
out what it is that they're feeling, you just don't identify with it. And you could either not engage with a person, or you could ask them if they're in a place, in a state, and that's also discernment. If they're in a place where you could say, well, what is this coming from? You know, if that is an opportunity for you, presented by the Holy Spirit, of course.
Mhm.
Otherwise, if the ego is involved, you're just going to be sucked right into their vortex,
Mhm.
you know. The more we're aware, the more fun life is, or funner.
Funner. Funner. So, yeah. Well, how do you think we can help someone that is projecting a lot of negativity, or, how can we help them?
Well, the first question is, do they even want help? And I think the best way to do it is to just not identify with it, not grasp onto it, not attach to whatever they're projecting, and first heal ourselves in that area. If we lash back out at them because we feel hurt, then, or try to correct them out of feelings of uh of some kind of hurt, or something that's not love, then we're only connecting to their projection. So we're not helping them. But if we're sensitive and we feel and we see that they're projecting something that's uncomfortable in them out, we can ask, okay, Holy Spirit, in other words, just turn within and ask, is this something? And you can feel their energy. You'll know right away, is this something that they want help with? And oftentimes, if you offer any kind of suggestion or any kind of love, they'll take it as an offense if they're not ready
Hmm.
to
Yeah.
awaken. And a lot of people don't want to awaken. So you just simply love those people and say, just amicably go your own way.
Mhm.
So they're not going to be interested in your company after a while if you keep doing that, and that's okay. So they can either choose to raise their frequency, or they won't be comfortable around you after a while.
Mhm. It seems that a lot of family members do this a lot.
Well, yeah, that's the ones closest to us usually.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how are you doing? Sounds
Well,
like,
yeah, I'm doing okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I mean, um, it's interesting though, this projecting, because, I wonder when, well, when I do it, or like I like to identify, like, well, when am I doing that? Onto, like, I don't feel that I do, but maybe I am. And it's not conscious, it's subconscious, so I'm not sure. It's really, it's kind of it's a fine line, it feels like, because sometimes it can be just like it's controlling, like someone wants to control us in our, tell us what to do or make suggestions, and it's not always just negative. It can be, comes across like that too.
Yeah, so it goes the same principles apply to us personally. If we feel something that isn't free flowing and loving that is within us, we'll notice a little bit of contraction, a little bit of tension. Sometimes we'll speak a little bit faster or speak over people or, be tense in our conversation. Then if we become aware, start to become sensitive to those patterns, then we can become aware of it and realize that this is a part of our own projection that we're putting out there that we're not aware of. And sometimes people do it in a very heavy degree, and sometimes people are more aware. The more aware you are, the less you'll do it because you'll feel the tension within you and you'll be like, wait, hold on, I'm just gonna take a breath here.
Mhm.
And because is it really that important that I say whatever it is that is running through my brain,
Mhm. Mhm.
you know, and then just become sensitive to it so we become vessels for healing.
Because
And that,
nobody's making us feel something like, someone might say, well, you're doing this to me, or you're making me feel this way, and nobody's making us feel anyway.
no, we have to agree to whatever it is and take it on in order to feel it. Nobody can make you do that. And that might not make sense to some people because they can say, well, I was in a situation where I was a little kid and these things were put on me and I was trained to feel a certain way. Well, that might be so. However, you were not awake and aware enough to deal with them at that time. But as soon as you are, then you're making choices. And the fact is that we all came into this world through the veil of forgetfulness, knowing that we were going to go through whatever circumstance that we volunteered for or chose to come into this world for. And we all chose exactly where and how we came into this world because we are all aspects of eternal creation, our creator, which is all knowing. So to play the victim is just a game.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I know that triggers a lot of people, but that's okay.
Uh-huh. Yes, it sure does. Yeah, because they're comfortable. There's a familiarity too. How are you doing? We haven't done a video for a while, so this is kind of nice. Yeah, we've been on a little break.
Well, I love, as I told you today, to talk to people. And so I'm going to open up the counseling services. I just don't know exactly how yet, but I love to talk to people and help them through, to be with them, be
Mhm.
a friend with them through difficult situations, through their awakening and enlightenment process. So
Mhm.
that's my passion. I love doing this. I love it more than anything. And so it's exciting to me to think about doing this. And so just like anything else, when we want to do something, we put it out there and say, okay, this is what I want to do. And then
Mhm.
we see what happens, and things start to happen. If it's the universe bringing it together, it'll be effortless.
It
So,
will be effortless, it'll be
and
slow. Mhm.
it's always that process of letting go, getting excited about it, then like, okay, now I'm going to go and play and enjoy life and wait for mommy and daddy to answer my question. What do I get for Christmas this year?
Hoping.
Mommy and daddy being our higher mind, our soul, our creator. So
Mhm.
anyway,
That's great. So that's going to be something that you're going to be posting. Like maybe there'll be links in the videos that you can, when you're, offering that
Maybe so.
service.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
maybe
really
they'll be
know.
like,
I don't know how to do any of this stuff yet, so it's all kind of brand new to me. I haven't I just know that like whenever I do talk to people that it does help them.
Mhm,
Why? Because I love them so much. I really do love people.
mhm,
And that's the only energy that can heal.
mhm.
So it's just allowing that to flow. And there's nothing that makes me more excitement than to love people.
Well, there's no music for this video, everybody that's out there. No, I've been on a bit of a hiatus, a
Hiatus.
little break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I've been caring for this cat, that's been, yeah, not well, and just dealing with some projections from people too. So I thought that was good. We had talked about, doing this little talk on projecting.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right now.
Okay.
And do you have any final words?
Well, no, just namaste and thank you for being here. Namaste.
All right. Love you.
Yeah, love you.